I was reluctant to even mention this, but I guess I have to. Since radio to me is somewhat of a confessional booth, up to a point. I mean, if there was no limits to my confessionalism or my confessions on the radio over these last 18 years, I'd be in the madhouse. So it's not exactly a priest's booth with you on the other side of the screen. But nevertheless, up to a point, it's sort of an open mic into my subconscious. And yet I have an amazing capacity to cut it off just where it gets dangerous and interesting. I've been invited to go to the Super Bowl. Now, I know that'll come as a shock to most of you who know that I'm not a sports person. In fact, I don't like sports. In fact, I get bored watching sports. In fact, I can't watch more than 5 minutes of sports. In fact, I don't understand the fascination with sports. And yet I know that there are many intelligent people who love sports. Very successful people. Many of them love sports, and can you believe it, actually hit things around with sticks. I understand that. And I also know that the Super Bowl is quintessential American. It is the single largest rated event on the American calendar. All the other events are way down. The inauguration was down by 50%. No one cares anymore. The what do you call it? Those stupid things with the golden thing in Hollywood with the fake, the idol worship. I know. I'm joking. I'm making believe I'm joking. You know my shtick already. Where they have the golden idol. The Oscars, no one watches it anymore except people in the industry and shut-ins and people who eat mounds of chocolate and have to be jackhammered out of their beds on medical shows. Who else watches those shows? They need to bring in a biohazard unit to take them out of their apartments, people who actually watch such celebrity shows. But I am thinking of going. So the question to my audience is, there is no question. What am I asking you for? Either I'll go or I won't go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to ask you, should I go? I've been invited. They're tickets. It's an event. It's American. Okay, here's the question. If I decide to go to the Super Bowl, I don't even know why I would want to go to New Orleans. I've never wanted to be there. A bunch of idiots running around drunk in the street with thongs on. I mean, why would I want to be there? I don't like crowds. But okay, I don't have to go to Bourbon Street if I'm going to go to the Super Bowl, correct? Let's clear that up. I could stay in the hotel room and look down upon the crowds of revelers. I don't know what do they see in New Orleans? What's the big deal? David on KSFO, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Michael. Don't go to the Super Bowl. You can't go.
Why?
Because I remember the show you did after the World Series in San Francisco a year or two, and you hated it. You left the...
Oh, my God, you're right. I got stuck there with hot dogs and people with mustard and thongs and tattoos on their neck.
You went to the cab, to the boat, to the car, and you were home in less than an hour, and you can't...
Oh, my God, you are some listener. God, I forgot I already had a sports experience that didn't work. Yeah. I apologize. I was sitting in the front row, no less. It was 12 minutes after the national anthem. I had a panic attack. I had to get out of there. You remember that show? I remember I ran out, got a cab, went to the ferry. I was home within the hour, and I called my host, and I apologized profusely, saying I could only take so much of such an event.